Just take us through the Crowder shot and then what you did on defense on the last play.
Well, we did what we always do defensively, or what we've done a lot defensively in that time, and that's just kind of zone up and, you know, try to read what they were doing and pass guys off and make it as difficult as possible to run what they run. And it's just, you know, we were fortunate to match out to Lowry. Lowry made a good read where we weren't, and Evan closed the gap quickly. You know, the Crowder deal was, you know, you knew they were going to be tight on Isaiah. They had great length. Evan had just hit a shot, you know, Tyler had set great screen to get Evan open, so it felt like Tyler screening was a good option. You know, we had a couple of options on the play, and Jay was one of them.
Coach, before that shot, I wanted to ask you about just Marcus Smart and those two defensive possessions where they're trying to ISO him and Lou Williams, and just the job he did there for you.
We did a really good job. Now Lowry got to the basket obviously on those last two, right, and laid it in. But I thought he did an unbelievable job defensively. And you know, one of our people in our front office just said that, you know, his impact per stat is pretty remarkable tonight. And you know, I think that's all year. I mean, that's 81 games. He's had huge impact on making winning plays, and he did again tonight. You know, he kept the ball alive on rebounds. He got steals. He was so active. He was hard to go through by those guys. Those guys are just hard to guard, and to have them go 6 for 20 and 3 for 13 is takes a lot of work. And those, you know, all of our guards did a pretty good job guarding them. And
just, Brad, just the way your team responded after coming to this game, having already secured a playoff spot, but still playing the way they do.
You know, we talked about it. We sent out a text last night, talked about it this morning. We have an opportunity to compete, and when you have an opportunity to compete, you compete as well as you possibly can. Obviously, there are going to be distractions as we move forward. So every night there's going to be distractions, and that can't be an excuse for playing well and playing together and, you know, gutting it out. So I was pleased, really pleased with how we did that, because that was a tough game, and you know, we were behind a lot of it.
Coach, the final minute, back and forth, back and forth. Can you just speak to the level of execution? Obviously, they brought it to the table, but you guys made play after play that you needed to make as well.
They did. They did. They drove the ball, and we couldn't. You know, that's about 8 points on drives in the last 2 weeks that they've gotten on us inside 30 seconds. So, you know, we'll have to be better at that when we play them again next year. And I just think that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, our guys just hit big shots, tougher shots probably. We weren't laying it in. We were shooting it from off 1 foot and all that stuff.
Brad, now you know that it is going to be Cleveland. What do you kind of think about the opportunity and the challenge that poses?
You know what? I'll think more about that as we go through the next couple of days. You know, obviously we play tomorrow night, and you know, we'll go deep into our bench tomorrow night. You know, that was kind of the plan of attack anyways. You know, we'll see when we play, either Saturday or Sunday, and you know, our guys will be excited to play. Hey, you know, to have a chance to compete against the very best in the league is it's a great opportunity, and hey, it's a big mountain, but it is a great opportunity.
Was that in your thinking with the text last night, just to keep playing well, and because
yeah, and again, it's about, with me, it's about, you know, hey, we achieved this small thing in the big picture of progress, but it's about continuing to, you know, have progress. And hey, you know, it's like was mentioned earlier, you know, tonight was a night where they could have been distracted and been off of their game, and they weren't, and that's good to know, because there's going to be distractions. You know, in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be distractions in a bunch. You know, the next few years, I mean, just going to be the way it is. So you have to be able to respond and play.
Did it have more impact that it was Toronto? I mean, a team of that quality to.
Well, I think these games against Toronto have just been, other than the time they blew us out up there, you know, the other 3 games have been unbelievable games. And you know, we had the ball with 35 seconds left in the first one and got stripped, and they got a 3-point play and ended up winning the game. We won the last 2 really on last-second shots. You know, we were very fortunate to win the one up there, and It's, you know, you have to play your A game to have a chance against these guys, especially with how good those guards are at creating their own. That's without DeRozan.
How is Avery feeling? And was keeping him out just kind of a precaution?
No, he left the court. I don't know if you saw that. He got bumped above the knee, kind of in the quad, and he was a little stiff coming out of halftime. And Eddie actually told me to take him out at the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, and he just took him back. And I have not talked to Avery directly, but everybody that I've talked to says he's fine. He will not play tomorrow, though.
Brad, Brandon has a unique perspective because obviously he's a veteran. He's only 29, but he's kind of the old guy in this team, and he's kind of leads by example. Can you discuss, or what has he brought to your team in terms of this season, and kind of like leading by example and kind of carrying what you've?
Well, I think the thing, and I was told this, so you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's 3rd or 4th in the league in consecutive games played. Is that correct? So tomorrow will be his 82nd game, again. And, you know, I think that that's a testament to him, and a testament to the way he prepares. And we've singled him out over and over to our players about how he works at the things that he needs to work on to be successful, and how he takes care of his body better than anybody on our team. And he's been doing that since I walked in the door, and he continues to do it, and it's an everyday thing. And, you know, he doesn't say a whole lot. He's got a great personality and demeanor about him. And he's really embraced the kind of the role we're asking him to play on both ends of the court. And, you know, I appreciate that, and it certainly does lead by example.